ABC 7 Television in San Francisco was faced with a dilemma: how to get people to tune in live to the heavily DVR'd time slot at 3 p.m. on weekdays. So the Bay Area station launched 7 Live this fall, both online and on television, which focuses on the news people are talking about both in person and across the web. California utility PG&E saw its shares rise 1% after hours, following a more than 8% slide in regular trading. The stock was hit hard on Friday following Thursday night's deadly gas explosion in San Bruno, California, just south of San Francisco, which left at least a half dozen people dead, dozens injured, and nearly 40 homes completely destroyed. Slot machine maker IGT matched on profit but missed on sales. Plus, the company offered an outlook that disappointed investors, and so shares slipped nearly 4% after hours. But quite a different story for Buffalo Wild Wings. Big sporting events like the World Cup, the NHL Finals, and the NBA Championship paid off for the restaurant chain, which touts its large projection screens as perfect for watching sports. The company beat the street's profit estimates, which sent shares 7% higher after the bell. Richard Gelfond, CEO of IMAX, the company known for the giant movie screens and its latest success, Avatar, is an entrepreneur turned lawyer who fell back into business because he couldn't ignore his true passion. He's a businessman to the core, having created his first business at 8 years old. He now heads up a nearly billion-dollar corporation. The company has struggled in recent years, particularly between 2004 and 2008. But in 2009, it's expected to make money for the first time in 3 years, thanks to a boost in sales at the box office with Avatar. And because of that success, IMAX is continuing to pursue the 3D market, with plans to roll out 3D versions of more new releases. Gelfond believes 3D is on the verge of an explosion at the box office and will soon trickle into the home. What makes Clicker unique is, one, it doesn't host videos, so it doesn't have to worry about copyright infringement, and two, it cancels out the noise. Clicker doesn't have any clips, excerpts, or pirated videos, only a guide to premium content with more than 1 million episodes cataloged in 1,400 categories. Shaun White is one of the most in-demand Olympians to sponsor. The snowboarder, who's looking to win his second gold medal, topped Forbes' list of the highest-earning athletes appearing at the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Despite losing deals with American Express and Hewlett-Packard, last year he pocketed $8 million. How would you like your identity to be with you wherever you go? No wallet, no purse, just one easy pass, which has all of your personal information and your credit card information, as well as your preferences. For example, the transportation you use to get to work. Forbes estimates his net worth at $2 billion. Much of his riches came from the $10 billion sale of the family oil business in 1986. Most of the money he makes now is from his real estate investments, which others handle, while he focuses on his ultimate goal: to have both of his operas performed at the Met and the San Francisco Opera. Getty's been composing since age 5, but he didn't start publishing until his 30s. His first piece published was Homework Suite, written for the piano. Now, since then, he's had an increasing number of pieces performed and recorded, including Joan and the Bells, Young America, and Ancestor Suite. Netflix shares soared after hours, up nearly 9%, after the movie rental firm topped Wall Street's estimates in the latest quarter, and the company raised its subscriber growth forecast for the current period. eBay also surprised investors in the latest quarter, sending shares up about 8% after the bell. The online auction site benefited from growth in its PayPal business, helping the company's profit climb 22% in the latest quarter. Now, eBay also told investors its results for the current quarter would top Wall Street's estimates as well. GM filed with the SEC a 700-page document describing its business plan and potential risk for investors who would think of buying shares. It's the first step towards a potential IPO for the automaker. A potential IPO would have to bring in about $70 billion to pay back all of its stakeholders, including the U.S. government, which owns a majority stake. Is that realistic? That would make it the largest IPO ever. The world's record is currently in the hands of China Agriculture, which this month raised more than $22 billion. Yahoo shares moved up slightly after hours, about 1%, following mixed results. It beat on profit, which more than doubled from $186 million, or 13 cents per share a year earlier, to $396 million, or 29 cents per share in the latest quarter. But Yahoo missed the street's view on sales. Revenue from display ads increased 17%, but search ads didn't fare as well. Yahoo CEO Carol Bartz, who's now been with the struggling internet company for 2 years, said during a conference call which followed the quarterly results that first you have to walk, then run, before you can actually fly. So I assume that Yahoo's still treading water at the moment. AMD shares are slightly higher, up about 1% after hours, despite the company saying its sales would be down 1% to 4% from the $1.65 billion it reported in Q2. Now, investors weren't surprised by the news, which is likely why shares aren't lower. Intel recently warned of weaker consumer demand in developed markets, and so too did fellow chipmaker Texas Instruments. Shares of Amazon dipped 4% after hours despite topping Wall Street's estimates in the latest quarter and telling investors that the new, cheaper Kindle sold more in the first 12 weeks after launch than any other Kindle launch. Now, what investors are concerned about, however, is higher costs of running the business. Amazon's profit guidance disappointed investors because the company is forced to spend more on new warehouses and marketing for the Kindle and Zappos.com.